This week I was invited to join KGXpedition Recon and IKO Overland on the Wounded Heroes 500 Trail in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. It was an amazing adventure enjoyed by all of us. There were 11 vehicles in our caravan as we traveled across the UP. After a week of amazing weather, it's time for me to head home. Looks like I'll have a beautiful sunrise to drive out to the main road this morning. I would like to thank Darren Wood and Scott Connor of KGXpedition for hosting this event. KGXpedition hosts 2 events for Overland Bound every year. The first event is the Backroads and Bourbon Tour, held annually the 3rd weekend in April. The second is the Wounded Heroes 500 Trail, held the 2nd week of September. What a great time to drive and reflect back on what an amazing journey it's been this week. I decided to turn around and take the route that I knew back to Highway 28. Day 1 was a travel day to Hoops Hideaway, 581 miles in 8.5 hours crossing the Mackinac Bridge into the UP, or 585 miles in 9.5 hours going through Chicago from my house. It's a geographical oddity. I would like to personally thank Cam and Lisa Howie for opening up their house and property to us for a base camp when we arrived. Day 2 was a rough trail day. We were supposed to go to Whitefish Point, mouth of the Two-Hearted, and the Maritime Museum, and to Nacogdoches Falls, around 200 miles. Fate had other plans. After missing a turn and ending up on the wrong trail, we encountered mud, deep sand, and tight trails. After many delays and 120 miles, we arrived at Dutch Fred Lake and camped for the night. The Upper Peninsula is an off-roader's paradise with thousands of miles of amazing terrain. You can play outside in the dirt for hours or for days. A valid Michigan off-road vehicle license and trail permit are required to ride on eligible county roads, trails, and all eligible national forest roads. This was $37. Day 3 was a huge trail day. We traveled 225 miles through the Huron Mountains to the shores of Lake Superior, where we camped at the mouth of the Huron Campground, which was the most spectacular campground I have ever been to, and it's free. Remote even by UP standards, it's definitely worth visiting. We were blessed with an amazing night. We had a fantastic view of the Aurora Borealis. Michigan's Upper Peninsula is renowned for its abundance of diverse and ever-changing natural surroundings, which will magnify the senses. Autumn is especially breathtaking here. Experience an adventure like no other with vibrant fall foliage as the backdrop of every new memory you'll cherish. Day 4 was another travel day as we drive 180 miles to the Iron Mountains in Norway, Michigan. On our way there, we stopped at Mount Arvin, the highest point in Michigan at 1,979 feet above sea level. Then we traveled to Alberta, Michigan and visited the Henry Ford Village. Finally, we moved on to Norway and True North Outpost, where we camped for 2 nights with the chickens. Day 5, we went whitewater rafting down the Pierce Gorge Recreation Area with True North Outpost. Safety is the highest priority with experienced guides and staff dedicated to giving you a memorable experience whitewater rafting the Class 2 and 4 rapids.
You're good.
After the rafting experience, some of us went into town for dinner at the Night Out Sports Bar and Restaurant. Their oven-baked hickory wings are great and I highly recommend them. Later that night, Tyler, a local who lives on the farm, provided entertainment for us all. Since the spring of 2018, KGXpedition Recon has been guiding adventure trips across the Midwest to promote awareness for wounded heroes. With each trip, they include a wounded hero and their families. They also encourage first responders and veterans to be a part of these events to help show support and awareness for their wounded heroes. This trip was to recreate that experience and adventure. Day 6 was a travel day back to Hoop's Hideaway, approximately 150 miles. It was a day of construction, heavy equipment, detours, and closed roads. We decided to camp at North Gemini Lake Campground for the evening instead of Camp's house. In Michigan's Upper Peninsula, nature shows off with towering cliffs overlooking Great Lakes, with sand beaches and forests as far as you can see. Others may tell stories of supersized logger Paul Bunyan and his Blue Ox Babe, or of Hiawatha canoeing the region's Root Beer Falls. Our stories were of Bourbons and Trails. We saw the northern lights and some of the brightest stars I could remember seeing. We saw 3 of the Great Lakes and lots of dusty roads. What a spectacular sunrise rising out of the fog to see the day. Highway 2 is always beautiful, even in the fog. If you listen closely, you can hear the sirens of the Straits of Mackinac calling you back into the depths below. Listen to the Mackinac Bridge sing. wife wanted some Honeycrisp apples on my way home. I was going to stop at Uncle John's, but Cam suggested I stop here and get the best apples in Michigan. He was absolutely correct. They are the best apples. (1,749 miles in 7 days). Thank you for watching. We hope that you enjoyed our video. Please like and subscribe if you did.